Alrighty then. Hey guys, Dante here. Welcome back to my channel, The Burger Art. Welcome back to another edition of Sunday Night Art Stream. Your timeline does not deceive you. I did, in fact, stream last night for about like an hour and a half. I just wanted to get some light sprite artwork in. But today, we're doing something a little off kilter, if that makes sense. We are not drawing, we are not painting, we are not drawing sprites, but we are using the sprite you see in the left hand corner, and we're going to do some 3D modeling in SketchUp. I've always used SketchUp free, which doesn't have all the bells and whistles of, I guess, the professional SketchUp, but I've been able to do a lot of nice projects with it. Anyone who joined in maybe 2 or 3 streams back might have seen me testing out my 3D pen, in which I was trying to do a large scale sculpture of this guy, which I tend to return to because I want to get a nice big hard plastic large scale version of him. But I got plenty of that yellow filament left, so I figured I'm going to sculpt a small version, a little tiny tabletop version, a little tiny statue. Maybe 6 inches tall altogether, maybe 5 inches tall. And see if I could get him, I'm going to see if I can sculpt all the pieces, with the exception of probably his hat, his bandana, and his hand. I'll probably sculpt those with clay, since I'm not really good at sculpted rounded material, especially in SketchUp. SketchUp is more of an architecture sculpting tool, but it should cover what we need. And yeah, that's it. No camera today. It's hot, it's sweaty. I'm sitting here with no t-shirt, and I don't want to be banned by Twitch showing off my manly pecs. But that'll be that. Let's get started. Oh, I need to get a new mouse. My the roller on my mouse is pretty bad. And it sucks because the roller is what you use to zoom in and out easily. Alright. So I'm figuring we'll start with the head and then scale everything from there, since the head has small details on it. The head and the chest can have details that I might actually just paint on afterwards. It's kind of, we're just basically doing, I'm thinking of doing just a general like shape, fine details out, you know, a mixed media project. I want to get it prickly. I want to get it quickly printed out. So, head. Let's go for... Oh, where's my ruler? Stand by. Sorry about that. We are using millimeters. I've gone to the habit of doing all my stuff in millimeters when 3D sculpting, because it's kind of the toy standard, if that makes sense. So I also have a ruler on me. That way I can visualize exactly the size I'm aiming for. Let's see. So the head, if you can see in the picture, it's pretty much, it's like Bender. It's from Futurama. He just has a round tube for a head, more or less. But then he has kind of goggle-like eyes. If I do 30 millimeters and then scale up from there, the body might be a bit big. So let's... I'm just trying to think how big I really want him. You know what? Let's split the difference. Let's say we're gonna do. Let's make the head a 24 millimeter, not 25. 24, which is 12 by 12. Tape measure, I always do a double check. Alright, so it's gonna be 24 millimeters. That is the diameter of the head. And if we're doing a figurine that's, let's say, 5 to 6 inches tall, that's a pretty good size for a robot-esque human. Playing jazz off of the stream, by the way, if you're wondering what we're playing. Let's make this 30. There we go. So there's our head. Alright, then we're going to put eyes in there too. That's our head for now. Now I'm debating if I should just do the whole thing. And I'm gonna probably have to do it in pieces anyway. But you know what? If I'm gonna do it in pieces, I am not going to I'm not gonna bother. I'm gonna do it in pieces. So I could do yellow pieces. I could do gray pieces. Let's see. How thick is his neck? I'm also thinking about how to plug certain pieces in. One, two, three. Okay. Let me switch off of hearing myself talk. Plug my headphones directly to my computer. That way, I can hear a prompt when it comes up. I hate when it does that, hollows it out by accident. Not by accident, it's just something about the program that does that. There we go. So I'm making the eyes right now. What I'm going to do is merge them directly with the tube. There we go. When it's this kind of grayish color, it means it's like it's the interior of the object, and it reads weird sometimes. So that's 5. Come on, where are you? Wait, I'm doing something wrong here. Oh no, this is once again 24 across. So these are 10 across. Yeah. Let's see how well that sits. Nope. Back. There we go. What I'm gonna do is now make this a group. We need a solid. Because it's solid, it won't like stick to something else and accidentally warp that other object. Meanwhile, we're gonna also save as. Yes, purge. Stand by. Sketch. I have a folder just for toys right here. I'm gonna put Bandit 1. That's what this is gonna be. And we're gonna save it right here. No, you know what? Bandit A1. Because A is gonna be for all the yellow pieces, and then that way I can actually break it down into other pieces. Rotate tool, there we go. Come on, rotate tool, grab it. Right angle it, rotate tool, you piece of garbage. You always gotta approach this at just the right way, else it won't rotate on the axis you want. Give me a second, guys. Just double checking that my stream is being seen. It was a minute ago. There we go. Okay. Go 90 degrees, perfect. Nope, that is not perfect. See what I mean? If you don't get it at, you know what I'm gonna do? I'm an idiot. I'm an idiot. Use the flip tool. Nope, that's not it. Is it this one? Nope, that's not it. Will not let me rotate it the way I want it to. It's being a jerk. There, on the green, perfect. Now we rotate it. Yeah, you see how it, see if you notice that the little circular thing turned green? It's because it let me know what axis it was on. We have a green, a red, and a blue line. Those are the X, Y, and Z's. Okay, so grab this and we're gonna move on the blue line. I'm gonna back it out, back it out, back it out. Come on, roller. Okay, nope, stay in the blue line. Right there seems good. Okay, let's see how it looks like when I put it into the actual image. Like into... the tube. Staying on... oh, no, no. On the red. Stay in the red. Come on, stay in the red. Nope. That went in all different directions. I'm trying to keep it on the red. The red axis, if that makes sense to some people. Let's try this again. Grab that. Yeah, see the red dotted line? That means it's moving on that. Oh, nope. And the moment you move a little bit off, there we go. This seems pretty good. Cause then I'm gonna sculpt a hat on top. So I need a little bit of space to do that. I need sculpt, and I'm gonna sculpt the bandana on the bottom. I want to say that's pretty good. It looks a little silly, but that's kind of his thing. Like, it just has these giant round, like, Coke bottle eyes. I could probably sink them in a little bit more if I wanted to. I don't know if I want to or not. You know what I might do? First of all, we're going to go ahead and we're going to explode this. I'm going to grab this, bring it back up. Bring it back to right there, right where it was before. Let me take a ruler real quick. Let me see. No, that's not the tool I'm using. Why would you do that? Tape measure, thank you very much. That's 2 millimeters. Yeah, it's, once again, I always do the measurements because, you know, you're zoomed in, so you're not sure how some sizes will look. So what we're going to do now that I've exploded it, if I try to move it, it'll move around and it'll warp. It's like putting two pieces of clay together. They just stick to each other, and then you kind of have a problem trying to separate them. So now that they're together, intersect with model. Boom. I also must have hit something that's giving me all the freaking... I must have hit a button that's giving me all the x-ray vision. But at least it's showing me. So you see now there's a line. There's an exact line where these two meet. What I'm going to do is click top here. Delete the top. Just for a moment. And get rid of all of this. I don't need this stuff in here. Yeah, this is these are pieces that exist in the in-between world. They don't need to be here. They're not part of the model anymore, if that makes sense, because I've successfully merged the pieces together. I'm so happy it came out okay, because sometimes I'll merge and it'll just become an absolute tangled mess on the inside. Boom, boom, boom. Hey. There we go. And let's seal it back up. Yeah. Alright. Now I was going to adjust this, but I guess I'll leave the way it is. Just going to drop it in. Just by 1. One millimeter, enough for me to paint it. Alright, head. Good to go. Boom, 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 boom. gonna select the whole thing. I'm gonna make it a group. Now from there, we'll estimate the rest of the body. Okay, using the rectangle tool, I hit Control. If you notice it, if I hit Control, normally the rectangle tool, you're starting at the upper left corner or upper corner, or whatever direction whatever direction you're looking at. You hit Control, it does it at the center, so everything's even. It's kind of like if you were to scale something up or down in Photoshop, you can scale it from the corner or scale it as a whole, kind of like that. Okay. So, if he's 24, if the whole diameter of his head is 24, and I want it to fit on the chest, I'm thinking we make the chest, and we make rather what would be his shoulders and main torso, not his chest, but his shoulders and torso, a little larger than that. So if that's 24, I think I could just make it. Make that 24. Should I make it 35? Let's make it an even 34. So I'm thinking 34 across for the shoulders. And then 30, right? Does it need to be a perfect square? Nah, let's do 34 by 34. So let's see how it looks. I'm just typing it in rather than try to move it around. There we go. I'm using a not just the drawing you guys see in the corner. I have a little printout for myself. So I'm physically holding it with a ruler, kind of estimating, judging the scale with the ruler. So his torso is just a little bit shorter than his actual head. Yeah, his torso. Let me see if his head is like 9, his torso would be 10. So once again, let's measure this out. If his head's 30, we'll make the torso 35. A little bit, let's say. Whoa, how did that happen? If not 35, let's make it even 40. Yeah, that looks better. I think that looks better. I'm kind of spitballing the scale. Okay. Let's take the measuring tape. His chest, his actual the cylinders in his chest that are the thing that makes him what he is, which is a slot machine. That I'm trying to think. That more or less takes about 1/3, right? Not 1/3. Sorry, it takes up 2/3. So if half of 40 is 20, let's just spitball it and say 24, right? That's what we're working with right there. And what we're going to use is a nice tool. Let's have a 24 again. 12. Nope, 14, 13, 12. There we go. All right, we're doing 24? Yeah, 24. We're going to kind of spitball this, and there is a 2-point arc tool. So you're going to click one point, then the other, and then pull it out. Once again, I'm on the red line right now, so it lets me know exactly. Because if I do this, you can't tell what direction it's going if it wasn't for the green line. Like, you know, you're doing a 3-dimensional object using a 2-dimensional screen. And that's 7 millimeters out. Turn it sideways. That looks good. Yeah. That looks good. Grab this and pull it. Because this is an architecture tool, things tend to snap, so it'll snap if I get it right there on the edge. But because I pulled it, is this hollow? No, it's not. Perfect. Dun 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 dun. Now he does have a little square in his chest, in his tummy area, which I always forget to draw. Little square plate. I might just paint. Rather than try and sculpt a curving cylinder on his chest, I might just paint that. I don't know. We will see. This guy's going to be small, but not too small. Give me a second. Let's use that measuring tape. Let me see. So you see that when it turns light blue, it lets you know, no matter what the measurement is, this is the center of this line. So let's go across. So if he's 34, that is... No, it would be 17 is the center. Rectangle, control. There we go. That's 2. That's 3. Yeah, I won't be anal about it. I want to make sure it's Nope, that ain't right. There we go. I want to make sure it's even all around. So essentially, what we got here is a 2 by 2 millimeter rim. Let me grab this. I'm just gonna pull it out. Just by 1. Just enough where it has a bit of a... You can kind of see it, you know, and I'll paint it to make it stand out more. I'm also going to paint little rivets on it, which would be nice. Now, what was our measurement again for That's 8 across. Okay. Midpoint going up. $34. Should I set the head a little forward or let the chest do the talking? Just by a pinch. We'll bring up just a pinch. That way that it matches with the head a little bit. I mean, matches with the front of the chest, just a pinch. So half of 34 is 17. So let's, yeah, just a little pinch. Let's make it 18. Right? Make a circle. So it measures it based on one direction I'm going. So I'm going from the center down the red line, and that right there is 4. Which means if I take my measuring tool and click one end to the other, it says 8. And that kind of went in a weird direction. Try again. 8. There you go. I'm going to drop this down. 1, 2, 3. There we go. So when I make the when I design the basic cylinder that's going to be the neck attachment, I'll probably do the cylinder a 10, make it wide, but give it an 8mm peg on either side to make it plug right in. All right. Continuing with we are sculpting all the yellow pieces. So let's continue with that. Damn, this music's good. Damn. So his forearm is definitely long. It hangs a little lower than the rest of the body. So even if I put, let me scoot this over so you can see it better. Even if I put a peg right here, I still want it to be a little bit longer than the, was it 38? No, longer than the 40. Just by a little bit. Alright, let's see. Let's do a rectangle. So, let's make it 50. Right? I'm sculpting this sideways. So 50 by make it a little wide. Let's say 50 by 15. 50, comma 15. That's that. Right? So that $12. Let me look at it from the top. It seems a bit big. Yeah, that seems a bit big. Let's try again. Just by a pinch. Let's get rid of all of this for a minute. Let's see how this looks. Right? Gonna delete all the inner lines that we don't need. Nope, not the whole thing, just that. Thank you. I do want to round this off too. Let's use that 2-point curve again. Also, you see how it looks like almost reflective? That's because that's a negative. That's a flat line. You either go above it or you go below it. We're going above it right now. Looks like it might work. Let's turn this into a group. Right? Just to check something. Come on, give me that color I'm looking for. You know what? Screw that. Let's see if flipping it helps. Can I flip you? Nope. That flips it that way. This doesn't do a damn thing. This, yeah, flipping doesn't really much. And it's the rotation I have to do. I have to do a rotation. Just gotta find the right place to grab it at. I'm sure there's some expert out there who's screaming his head off. You just gotta do it this way. Because this freaking tool is wrapping, as I move it, you see how it wraps around the edge? It's wrapping around the edge of the sculpture, not the box that it's in. Need to find just the right spot. Should be right here. But it's grabbing it from beneath it, not the front. Come on, come on, come on. Nope, it's gonna rotate it like this. Woo! That's not what I want. Back. Did it just duplicate it? What was that about? That was interesting. Oh, this K is what makes you see through it. That's why you have the dotted lines. Nope, that's not it. Try again. Nope. When it's purple, it means you're not on any of the actual axis. You're just kind of rotating it on your own. Come on, buddy. Work with me here. You're live on the internet. Work with me. No. 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 I should have sculpted it on its side. On its opposite side. But no. You dang fool, Dante. Dang fool. Let's try the back side. If I could just turn this thing over, it would be golden. Come on. No, I don't want to be there. See, it looks like it rotated correctly, but if I move around... Yep, look at that. Look how wonky that is. You know what? Screw that. We're just going to grab it. We're going to move it into place. See how it looks. We're going to grab it from here. Just arbitrarily put it like right about there. Let's take a look at it. That seems like a pretty good arm. That seems like it should be the right length, but we can also drop it like that. Oh, yes, perfect. That is perfect. Okay, let's bring it back. Let's bring it back. In fact, we're gonna go ahead and explode it. We're gonna explode it. Nope, that's not what I'm... No, no. Back, back, please. Please. Let me explode this. Let me group this guy before I have a heart attack. That way, if anything touches it, it doesn't go wonky. Nope, wrong measurement. Right there. You're 5. Let's make you 8. No, that's 7. One more. 8. That should do it. T for measuring tape. There we go. I think that's a good thickness. Thick boy. I'm enjoying this music way too much. Okay, where's the center of this? Alright. Let me see if the whole thing... If the whole thing is... No. I'm trying to measure again. From there to there is what? That's 4. And you are... 8. Go drag it down. You see how it clicked right here to the midpoint? Or rather that it clicked to this rim, and if you kind of look inside, you see how it has that reflective look? By doing that, I brought it to a negative point. So there is that. I'm going to do something similar over here. Yep, this line, let me give it a dip. There we go. See how it kind of guides me to where the center would be? Right there. Make that a 4. We're gonna sink this in. Up, 1, 2. We're using 3 for all of our pegs. Come on, give me a 3. Yeah, using 3 for all of our pegs. Speaking of which, now I don't have this program on my computer. I'm doing it off the website, and because of that, every so often something will not respond properly. Oh, I don't know if you guys can see it, but notice these kind of weird wonky shadows. So this is, technically, this is not a perfect cylinder anymore. There's actual little angles that were created to merge a cylinder with the eyeball cylinders. So it's not like it just was a perfect plug-in. Certain things have to like slightly move. So if I was to click the cylinder, there's a good chance it wouldn't actually select the entire cylinder. Let's see what happens when I try to select it. Let me first explode this. If I click here, oh no, it did. Sometimes it would break down these blue dotted lines, and it just wouldn't match up. But hey, I guess it did work. Actually, let's try a little something. Nope. Now, for the first time ever, it actually kept its perfect shape. Make a group. Explode. Explode. Okay. Ba-dum-bum. Ba-do-ba-do-ba-do-ba-do. Let's bring it a little higher up. There we go. One, two, three. Nope, that's a 4. 3. That's 8 across. I want to keep everything kind of uniform. If that's 8 across, come on, zoom out, zoom out, zoom out. There we go. Double check. That's 8 across as well. Good. So all the peg holes are 8 across and 8 millimeters across with 3 millimeters deep. And then I'll do the actual piece that goes in there to have a diameter of 10 millimeters. Making robot bits. How exciting. I'm going to also erase a lot of these guidelines because they kind of clutter. After a while, they begin to clutter everything. Alright. Okay, save, drink some water. Alright. Next is his foot. Okay, so including his chest, he's 41 out, but his, I guess you could say, shoulders, the top square is still 34. So I think we should do the bottom a little wider as well. And we'll make that, we'll do the bottom 40. we're gonna do should I make it bigger? Let's see. How should we do this next piece? Well, first things first, we need a rectangle. Oop. Let me move over a pinch. There we go. That's not right. What was it again? No. Shoulder length, it's 34. It's 41. Let's make it longer. I say screw it, 45 by 34. Let's do 45 by 34. Now his foot is about 3/4 the height of his chest, right? And we already made the chest 40, so we're gonna make this 30. Grab it. Use the pull tool. Don't know if you can see it, but I'm gonna pull up to 30. Nope, that's 39. Let's go a nice 30. Let me back up. Yeah, that seems good. By the way, if you hear a beeping in the background, that's my 3D printer. I've had that bad boy burning for the past, just every 2.5 hours, new print, 2.5 hours, 2.5 hours. I'm trying to run through a particular filament that I only use for one thing anyway. So I'm trying to get rid of the filament and have a nice stock of that one thing. Okay. Now this on top, if I scroll over a little bit, this right here is the top of the foot. Bottom of the foot is going to be larger. By how much? I guess this will just make up altogether. Let's say it's about 1/2 larger, I want to say. So hmm 34 by 20. Nope, that didn't work. 34 by 20. Yeah. And this one will be 34 by, let's say, 10. That seems right. Now, there are different ways to do this. You could always, there's a way to like use a scaling tool to taper shapes. So for example, if I would use a, nope, that's not right. Let me select this first. Hit S. There we go. So I can always grab this, and if I scale it, it does that. Well, since I wanted to get the top size right and then measure the bottom afterwards, we didn't do that. Bam, bam. Then we're gonna rotate. That's what this little donut shape is. I'm gonna remove that and remove that. I'm gonna pull this down. Make it 3. There we go. Because I'm giving him like a little. In the image you have, it's not there. But in the newer images I've done, I'm giving him like I have given him like a little platform foot. So let's do a quick size test. Grab this up. Bring it over on the red axis. Grab this, bring it up. On the blue, bring it across on the red. This is more or less what we're looking at. With that all being said, how tall is our gentleman? Oh, you can tell that you see how those lines look like they matched up, but they didn't. But it kind of gives us an estimate what we're looking at size-wise. That's almost the right height. So what are we looking at here? Just kind of vaguely estimating. $143 millimeters, right? Let me see. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4. Yep, that puts us just about. Let me see. I'm holding my regular ruler next to me. Yeah, that puts us just about 4.5. 5.5 inches. So and yeah, that's, and the gap you see here is pretty much what I'm gonna aim for. Right up in here. Right up in there. In fact, let me do a little measurement line. More or less right there. Right? So that's what? 24 millimeters. We'll make it roughly 25 when we give him his little spring legs. But first, undo so much. Undo. Make sure everyone's back where they belong, and save. All right, when we do his spring body, I'm not gonna do what you see in the picture there. I'm not gonna do a tube. I'm actually going to do a like a pivot. So it's kind of like the way the arm looks. But before we get to that, of course, we gotta do one detail here. Oh, that reminds me. Let me grab all of this. I'm gonna move it up on the blue line by 3. Nope, that's too much. Is it by 2? Something's not right there. Yeah, you're 3. How did that happen? Oh yeah, you are 3. So we move it up on the blue. I could bring it all the way up here, but if I type 3 and hit enter, boom. Now everything's on the red line, so when I go to print it, there's no like random need for like a stilt or some kind of support beneath it. It's all gonna be printed on the same line. Alright, next needs to be a hole right here for the slot machine coins. Let me see. The hole in its little foot is 34 across. The hole takes up about 1/3 of that. We can make it a 12. Yeah, make it a 12. So 12 across by for now let's say 15. Nope. As you type it in, if you move your hand, it automatically does this thing where it's like, that's not the measurement you're typing in. It changes it. There you go, 12 by 16. That's good. Are you centered? That's a 9. That's a 7. The heck happened there? Guess it didn't snatch where it needed to be. That wasn't right. Look at that. That's the 16. It did that stupid thing where it flipped the numbers. Dang it. Alright, we're gonna try this again. We're gonna delete that. Right. Now what we're doing, we're going to make, similar to how we did the eyes, I'm going to make a tunnel and then insert it into the foot. But first we need to do a few details. There we go. Mm-mm. 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 Bring this up on the grid. There we go. Nope. Ah, no. It flipped off the red and went to the blue. So 12 by... Let's make it... 12 by what? Twelve by 12 for now? Let me zoom out, see how that looks. Seems about right. Where's that? There we go. Part of me thinks we need to extend this curve a bit more. And you know what? No. I'm going to do instead. Just end up short right there. Turn you around. Good, 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 good. Okay, ready? Alright, so here's what we're going to try to do. First, make this a group. That way I don't damage it. Make group. Alright. Grab that mofo. Gonna lift it. Let's say 8. Right? I'm gonna move it back. Let's say... Alright, that's 36, 37. Let's say 44. Enter. No. Not enough. Back it up. I'll move that back 55. Too much. Move it back 45. Ooh, so close. I'm going to grab this and move this back 1, 2, 3, like a good chunk like that. There we go. Now I can move this back about 40. Enter. Almost. Let's go for, oh no, let's go for 50 once again. Too much. Trying to get it inserted just the right amount. That seems right to me. Okay, ready for it? Okay, first we're gonna hit save real quick. And then we're going to explode it all, and then we're going to cross our fingers, intersect with model. Let me hit K. Alright, so you can see inside. It's like a little mailbox, how it sits. And the idea is, if I delete this, and the wall. There we go. But you can see it's a funky color. Oh, I know why. I know what's going on here. Stand by. Because I erased the back line, there's like a little... It's having trouble understanding with this. There we go. There's that. Let me reset. If I delete that and then do the line again. Nope, that didn't help. If I delete this. Okay, now we're in a weird spot here. Good things aren't quite making sense. Let me take away that. There. You can actually see inside. See that line right there? That line is this rim right here. So if you look like this, oh, I can't tell. But if you turn, now you can see it. So I'm trying to correct this kind of inverted shape that's in here. What if I did this? Nope. Whoa. I got quizzes happening. Trying to figure out what's causing this to not, like, solidify itself. I mean, it looks good. It looks good, and it'll most likely print okay, but that's that can cause an issue later on. Could it be this intersection that's acting funny? Okay, so that closes that. But it does leave a line there. So let me see if that could have been also what it was. It was lacking like an anchor point. No. So you see, this is fine, but this should be blue because it's on the interior. It's like it inverted itself. So how do I fix that? How I turn this into the interior and this into the exterior. That's the issue we're struggling with. Oh, there's also things I don't need in here. Oh, zoomed in too much. Sorry. Oh, there we go. I got flipped. Like, we don't need this. If I'm looking at it correctly. Yeah, there we go. Whoa, what just happened? Get back up there. Sorry about that. Make sure the stream is still registering it. Alright, good. Yes, I just removed a piece of architecture that wasn't needed. That might have helped. Let's see. Nope. I mean, it did remove architecture that wasn't needed. It was like interior architecture. You can see that little line right there? That line is this. But I do wonder if I zoom in, very carefully rotate. Oh, where am I? There we go. You know what? Let's go nuts for a minute. Let me delete that. There we go. And delete this line. Nope, don't want to delete that line yet. Okay, so I've deleted a bunch of interior lines, and if I re-establish them from scratch, let's see what happens. That's not helping. Well, actually. Hey, there we go. Kind of like resetting it, if that makes sense. Now we still got... Oh, let me click away. Hit save real quick. Now we still have the issue of this top piece here. I don't want to delete the whole thing. That's going to cause a problem. Actually, you know what? Remember, everything still has an angle to it. So if I do that, there we go. We're going to rebuild this entire little archway using the angles from this arch. Teacher once told me a circle isn't really round. It is a infinite number of angles. There we go, people. Look at that. Look at that. That's how it needs to look like. And then, now the inside is blue. Oh, come on, let go. And then we're going to go back. Midpoint of this line. Right across the red axis. Boom. And it is whole once again. With the holes filled in. Hit save. Hit save. For the love of God. Hey. Turns out our my 3D print is just about to finish. Okay, so I believe that is all the yellow pieces. Yeah. And yellow pieces got the pegs they need. I think that's pretty much it. This is yellow. This is all the yellow. So what's left are some gray pieces, light gray. I'm going to do a basic tube for the head. I'm going to do a plug that's at a slight angle for the arm. That way the arm actually kind of leans away from the rest of the body. And then we're going to do something similar to this, but in two pieces, in a kind of angular Johnny 5 grasshopper. I don't know, I always describe Johnny 5 as a grasshopper. Hey Red, good to see you. Good to see you, Red. Everyone, Red Spectra, yay! I'm doing a small. This is gonna end up being a roughly 6-inch figurine of the one on Bandit. I'll be probably sculpt out of clay. I'll probably sculpt the actual bandana, the hat, and the more rounded hand. Right now, I just want to get a nice angle of everything else. All that's left is deciding whether or not I want to do a little divot in the chest, if I could try and pull that off. And I think we can. Let me, nope, I gotta explode this first. Let me get a copy of this. Copy. Paste. Right about there. Okay, let me, hold on. Just right there. And let me once again make this a group so it doesn't get all damaged. Yo man, I am psyched. I am so psyched for retro gaming this weekend. I'm ready to go. I just finished reorganizing. Nope, cancel. I just finished reorganizing all my stuff in the boxes. I'm right now just waiting for 2 or 3 things to finish drying, and I'll just add them to the stack. And I figured I'd make this little figurine because I'll be handing out little label stickers. I got some label paper and I printed out a bunch of like label stickers, basic thermal paper. So it's orange paper with black lettering. It looks like little wanted posters. I'm gonna hand out for free, and I'm gonna have this guy on the table because you know he's a retro kind of style game. Okay, so. Okay, so I'm thinking. How to do this. Should I do a shape and then sink it in like we did with the foot? Or should I try and carve a shape on the side and then drag it, like using the push and pull? You know what? Let's try. You know what? Let's since we have so much time, so much issue trying to drag that shape in a minute ago. Let's try and do it this way. So essentially, I'm thinking. Okay, right there, 2. Oh, no. Come on, grab it. 1, 2. We're gonna use our 2 point again. Pull out about that much, right? And the idea, let's see if this is crazy enough to work. Actually, no, it should be a little higher. Yeah, because the cylinder isn't perfectly... to be honest, the cylinder is actually a little bit higher than it should be. I mean, the whole cylinder should be here, technically. Even though the drawings don't have it like that. The drawings kind of have it funky. Let's say right about there. Right? Now, if he is 34 across, I want to give it about, let me see if I want to give it, if it's 34 across, let's go only 32. That way it's 34 and 34. I'm gonna copy only this piece. There we go. Gonna reestablish that right there. Yeah. That fills that in. Rotate it. And if I give it that line, if I grab this and I pull it in, 1, 2, but there's gonna be a hole on the other side of it. Is there a hole? Hey, there's no hole. Yeah, there we go. And technically, it's a little higher. I think it is. I think I did a little higher. Yeah. Because you can see there's a bend here, and I did a midpoint. But on the top, I keep hitting the wrong button. On the top, I did at this bend. It goes bend, bend, bend. I did at this bend, I did 1.5 bends. So it actually does raise it a little higher on the chest, but not too much. That is our slot machine boy. Woo! Let me get rid of this. Delete that. And then I'll just paint the details in later on. Maybe I'll print a sticker out. Oh, I'm so proud of that. Once again, make a group. That way nothing gets damaged. That's a group. That's not a group. Make you a group. Make a group. And nothing should have any kind of funky shapes on the inside. Yep, I just hit K. Everything seems to be all in order. What you up to, Red? Are you gonna jump into? Are you gonna start a stream as well? You've been on the road lately, man. I'm thinking. Let me hit file save. Or rather, save as. I'm thinking we could cheat and reuse the arm joint to do his waist joint. So Bandit A2. Good. So now this is considered A2. Whoop. Retro World. I'm guessing similar to Retro Game, right? Right, so I took the hand, I went ahead, I took the arm, went ahead and made it 1.12 larger, right? Just a little larger for its waist, but I may thin it out, might drop it down. So let's explode this, and I might drop it down a pinch. I have no idea what the measurements are now that I scaled it as opposed to... Yep. Okay. Okay. Well, once again, dude, Long Island Retro, I get 2 tickets. So if you want to drop down any one of the 3 days, Friday, Saturday, or Sunday, just let me know. You can use my ticket for that. You can use my extra ticket for that day. So you could get a free con this upcoming weekend and still go to the other one. The offer is always open, man. You're the one who I think, yeah, you introduced me to this convention to begin with, when it was retro gaming and tabletop. So by all means, man, use my ticket. Use me. So what I'm doing right now, I'm just reusing this shape, and I'm just gonna kind of like copy and paste it to my whims. There we go. Let me minus that. Trying to grab these two guys when I can. Like that. No, I don't want this one. Dang it. There we go. So that should work from what I want. Let me do a quick little measurement. Nice. So it's not as wide as the body, which is good. What we're gonna do is fiddle with this a little bit by rotating it. Ah, dang it, nope. That was stupid. I should be using this centerpiece as the rotation point. You're gonna be a jerk, aren't you? There you go. I need a flat area to actually do it on. Something like there we go, something like this. This is what we're looking for. What the hell is this? We got a bot in the chat. Who is this? Get out of here, you weirdo. Oh, alright, so here's the angle I wanted. Not quite. Actually, that's a bit more than 90. No, it's a bit, yeah, it's a bit more than 90. That's the angle I'm looking for. So, before I do anything stupid, copy and move this whole thing over there. Boom. So you have a copy right there. But this, all together, I'm going to explode it. Then I'm going to do some merging. Intersect with model. Now it's all merged, which means I could do this. Check it out. Gonna first delete that bottom frame, delete this frame, then draw a line from there to there. Let's see if this works. Yep. This way there's no internal weirdness going on. Nope, that's not right. Off by a pinch. Trying to click it right there and right there. There we go. Nope, something's not clicking. Why are you not? Oh, look at that. The tiniest little. I hate that. these cylinders aren't actually lined up. Because once again, they're not cylinders, they're angles. They're all angles. I could do that. But I still got that on the inside. Let me zoom in a bit. So that's going to be a pain because there's a shape inside here that I don't need. But I could get rid of some pieces of it at least. We don't need that. If I get rid of the line, what happens on the outside? Show me the outside. Yep, we lost some walls here. Nothing that can't be fixed, but it's an annoyance. What's the best way to fix this? We could just do the full nuclear option. Look at that. Look at all these little lines here. All these annoying little lines. All these little misaligned sections. Yeah, kind of doing the nuclear option here, just getting rid of all this. I'm gonna have to redo the tube. So much for doing it the easy way. Oh well. This is why we choose jazz. You like jazz? Keeps you calm when things aren't going right. And all these little lines show up when you try to do the 3D print. They show up as imperfections. They're like, this is in the model. To be honest, when you 3D print, sometimes a slicer just tells you they're there, gives you a little warning, and it still prints out just fine. But sometimes it will cause trouble. That is not the line I want to erase. There we go. You can see, yeah, because If this was a larger model, these circles probably would have lined up perfectly. It's because they're smaller circles. They just couldn't handle the math. There we go. Now what we're looking at here, I'm going to go ahead and just for now do a little connection point there. That way I could delete this and not delete the entire freaking arm. Let me back out. Because so much erasing, and if you're not keeping track, you're going to erase something that you need. Okay. This is what we got, right? Let's see if we can salvage this mess. If I click... Nope, that's not going to work. I need to draw a line first. There we go. Don't do that nonsense to me. If I do grab the whole thing, what happens? Oh, okay, it erases this part. Ay, ay, ay. Get rid of this. Let me reconnect. Nope, that ain't gonna work. I'm floundering here, people. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Come on, grab onto that. There we go, grab that. There we go. Oh! Remember I was mentioning erasing something? The whole bottom here is gone. How about here? How do you look here? Wonder. Intersect with face, intersect with model. Okay. If I do copy paste, bring you over here. I grab you. If I put you right here. Nah, it doesn't. It doesn't even touch over here. What the heck's that about? Nope, I don't want you. I want you right here. There we go. And this. And you right there. There we go. Copy, paste. Nope, that's not working. God, it's such little finicky angles. You're gonna cause me trouble. I just know it. When I go to print, I just know it. Such a pain in the butt. Oh. There it is. There's a little gap there. That's why it wasn't doing anything for me. Let's try this again. Now that I know it's there. Just gotta position it. Sorry for the twisting and turning I'm doing. Oh, sorry, I just noticed what you wrote there. Awesome, dude. You've beaten Chrono Trigger before, right? Was this like your first time really getting into it, the original? There we go. There, the wall's complete. Okay. And if I could repeat that on this side at just the right angle, it's filling in all the little tiny walls. Right there, to right there. That does that. And I wonder, now that I've done that, can I select this by itself? There we go. Now all the interior wonkiness that tends to happen is gone. Essentially, it's like you're trying to make a hollow shape. That's what we're doing here. Nope, I didn't do it. Oh wait, what did it? Let me see. There we go. Oh, finally. What a hassle just to get this to work. But now it is glorious. And we're not going to worry about this space here. We're going to probably get rid of that anyway. Your battery kept dying out. Oh, there are multiple endings to that. I didn't know that. I wasn't aware that was that was like one of those kind of games that had the multiple endings. Oh, let's hit save first. try this again. Do, 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 do. There we go. If I do that, and then come on, match with the guide point. Don't be a jerk. How did that rotation come out? Hey, it worked. Using the guide point first worked. Alright. He said, looks like it worked. No, wait. It's crooked. It's crooked. Dang, man, 12? Well, so like, so I don't really play many RPGs because after a while I get kind of overwhelmed with it. I guess at the stats. I like adding stats to characters, but like RPGs are like a whole nother level. The closest to like a real RPG I've ever played was like Paper Mario: The Thousand Year Door. I have it, and I got stuck. I assume kind of early in the game, and I didn't get a chance to return to it. And you know how it is. If you don't return to an RPG, you might as well just go back and restart it. You know? Because then you lose track of what you were doing, and it gets all kind of weird. But, as I mentioned before, I also have Zelda Legend of Seasons on the Game Boy, and I got everything up to the last castle, and I couldn't figure out how to get into the last castle, because there's 2 levels. There's the up world and the lower world. You have to like unlock paths in the lower world to unlock paths in the upper world. So those are 2 games that I didn't get a chance to beat. But maybe if I pass over to the intern, and yeah, maybe if I pass over to the intern, he'll figure it out and he'll play it and he'll be able to beat them. The only issue is, once again, they were on a Game Boy and freaking the Wii. So I gotta find a way to actually stream those, because he can't figure it out. So I gotta find a way to figure it out. Right, so what I'm trying to do now, I'm trying to rotate this upward. I'm trying to rotate it this way, if that makes sense. To kind of, that way I could judge how I want it to sit. Like what angle I want it to sit at. But it's giving me some problems. I'm gonna have to just bite the bullet and be like, there, that's the angle. Like, just look at it like this and be like, yeah, that's how I want it. Let's try it out. Explode. Okay, thinking this is what we're going to work with, guys. We're going to stick with this kind of angle. So we're going to go ahead, grab this, grab the P, and Get rid of that altogether. Why is it not grabbing this? There we go. That was weird. If it wasn't for the colored lines, like this, I know it's on blue, and therefore I know it's going vertical. At a certain angle, I couldn't tell that. So I had to make sure it was on the blue. See, now it's on, there we go. So that's that. No, no, use the selection tool, man. Delete that. Alright, we are... Okay, we are deleting all the little bits. We're going to cross our fingers and hope this is the right angle I want. I think it should work as an angle on this. Oh, as I get lost inside the model. Come on, get me out of here. There we go. All right. So we're going to do a little peg on this one, and we should be good. Where's your center? Sounds like a feng shui thing. Where is your center? Damn. Okay. 17, what's half of 17? Well, half of 16 is 8, right? So it's going to say 8 for now. Put us right there. Let's say 4 by 8. There we go. Drop it down by, once again, we're doing the 3 pegs, so 3. No, wait, no. Oh, that was too much. Bring it in by 1, make it 2. So you make the pegs 3, make the peg holes 3 deep, make the actual pegs 2. That way it slots in nicely. Alright. That was 4 by 8. Same for you, buddy. Dang it. Come on. 4 by 8. And so when you pull, it pulls based on the angle of that wall. So if I pull it out, nope, it's grabbing the other one. I can see it moving. Grab this guy, jerk. So I pull it out by 2. Nope, nope, nope. 2. There we go. So it pulls it out parallel to this line. No matter where you sit. It always pulls it out parallel. Won't pull it out in a weird angle. Oof, that was a lot of work just to get this stupid shape. And, you know, it's going to print out as one shape. But I don't know. Maybe I'll paint a little line to indicate the difference. Okay. This is a gray. Let's get the rest of them done before I freaking pass out. Once again, we're going to be doing 5. Let's grab this. So 5 and 5 make 10. Let's bring it up 10 as well. So 10 by 10, that's a good spot for the neck. Yeah, I think so. You know what, screw it. Let's make it a 12. Bring it by 2 more. There we go. Now, there's your center. That can't be right. No, it is. I forgot already. No, stop that. Cancel. I forgot already. Cancel. I'm hitting the wrong button. We made these 8, if I remember. Yeah, they're 8. So if I make them 8, I know it's going to have trouble sliding in. So instead we're going to make it 3.5, which will make it 7. Because remember it's measuring the radius yet when you type it in. Hello? Hello? 2, enter. There we go. .5. That is incorrect, my friend. .5. No. 3.5. Stop shaking. 3.5. Shaky hands. There we go. There's our neck. Alright, so we only got one gray piece left, so I do want to finish that. And that's the shoulder at an angle. Actually, I wonder, wonder, what's in a wonder ball? I should also raise this up a pinch. That way, when it's ready to print, it's on once again on the same layer. So if I grab this, so if I grab the top and grab it theoretically from like here, will it slant with me? No, I can move up and down, but it won't slant. Nope. What is going on? Okay, there we go. Sorry. Once again, the website's having trouble like responding to me. See, I'm trying to tilt it, trying to grab this and move it this way while keeping the body where it's at. That's not gonna fly. See, if I was to grab this by itself, still nothing. If I was to grab an angle, like if I was to grab this corner, I could move it like that. Which reminds me, you should be a group. I basically want to take one of these pegs, stick it in the shoulder, but have it come out at an angle, like from there outward. That way the arm also sits at the angle. In the meantime, we don't need you. We don't really need you. Remember, we're on a different file here. It's the gray piece file. I just want to get the shoulder piece done, then I'm going to call it a night. Yeah, I still gotta make sure I put these pegs in here for the on the other file. But not bad. You got almost all the pieces done. All that's really left is like his forearm, and maybe I'll also design the knife, the 3D printed knife in here as well. Because everything else is sculpted on him. I'm just thinking about how to go about this. Is there a skew tool? That's kind of what I'm looking for. There's offset. What does that do? Oh, I know what offset does. Never mind. You know what? Screw it. I'm going to have to do this one from scratch as well. So let's think. Working with a peg like this, essentially... Actually, it'll be curved. Dante, you fool, it'll be curved. Not at a necessarily an angle. Alright, sorry. I'm like thinking about all the shapes out loud without actually describing what the heck I'm doing. Alright, let's try this again. Let's first get a rectangle, hold shift, make it a square. Right? That's 7 by 7. Let's do 8 by 8. There we go. Get rid of what we don't need. So we're going to try something kind of fun here. Let's see if it works though. I'm going to do an arch of some type. Nope, that's too small. That's good. There we go. I just hope I'm doing it in the right direction. Actually, I might be sticking out way too much. Let's try... Let's go for the midpoint. Do, do, do. Okay. Get rid of these. We don't need these. But I do need to fill this in though. That's weird, these angles aren't filling in. That's midpoint. That's the end point. There we go. End point. Like shutters, like metal shutters. There we go. .5. Pull it out by only 2. And there we go. That's essentially his armpit. Make a group. Make a group. You're not a group. Make into a group. So that will go in there. That will give us, yeah, that gives us the angle we want. That way the arm is actually not flush against, not flush up and down against the arm, but rather sticking out just a little bit outward. I just hope the angle is not too crazy. But yeah. Are there any other great pieces? No, it's really just him, armpit, neck. Which means, goodbye. Alright, folks. Oh wait, I don't need you. Get out of here. I don't need you. Get out of here. Boom. Only one thing left to do. There we go. And also, I got tons of stuff. What is this? Select all of this. Thank you. Select you. Nope. Come on, come on. There we go. There we are, folks. Oh, you are not. Sorry, that is not what I wanted. Here. No. I'm trying to drag him, but I'm not dragging him at the right level. Is that right? No, you're not. You do not. Man, this guy does not want to click onto the red layer. You know what I'm going to do? Do a straight line. Now we got a little anchor point. Now we grab him and we drag him to that freaking anchor point. Stay there. Oh, he is not clipping to anything. Guide point. It's not perfect, but he's good. When it prints, it's gonna have a freaking support here, which is a pain in the butt, but it is what it is. There's no real way to lay this flat where in such a way where it doesn't have those supports. It's the best option. This is gonna be easy. That's gonna be easy. Hopefully, you can get this angle right, especially given the size. Cause these guys are tiny. They're like, if I zoom out, they're like little guys. You know, we're just dealing with 5 millimeters, 10 millimeters here and there. Walk punch. Good to see you, man. Good to see you. But yeah, but these are the joints. These are the knee joint, the neck, and essentially the armpit for the one-armed bandit. Let's save that. Yeah, Orc Punch, you're jumping in just as I'm about to jump off. Sorry about that. How you been, man? You've been working hard these past few weekends. Any new war stories? Orc Punch fights goblins on the weekends. Sometimes he comes back with a few less fingers every now and then. Bam. Let's go back to the home window. Actually, let me click this again. Let me click it one more time. Once again, this is, I'm assuming 8 by 10. No, 8 by 4. Okay. So we should do almost 9 by 5 just to give it room. Gonna pull it back a little more than half, I want to say. $45, roughly 20. Let's say 24. No. $21. Nope. I'm trying to think how far back to set it. Screw it. 22. Boom. So it's 8 by 5, right? No, 8 by 4. Let's do it 9 by 5. Ah, I just realized this damn thing needs to be exploded. There we go. Drop it down by 3. Nope, that was 1. Let's try again. 3. Enter. There we go. Will all these angles and measurements work out? Will Dante lose his goddamn mind? Tune in next time to find out. 34. Half of 34 is 17. Let's go. Nope. 17. Let's explode this. Explode it. Yeah, so make a group. Everything basically glues to itself so it can bump into other objects and not cause a problem. Because these objects act like clay. If you take this model and bump it into another model, and all the surface area will stick, and when you're going to move it, it just pulls it in all directions. When I explode it, it basically undoes all that. Come on. 9 by 5. There we go. And that should do it. Once again, make group. I'm realizing the music has already fully looped. I guess I get it. The blues songs are not as large in scope as the other songs. Anyway. Okay. Check. Scroll. Make group. As shown before, we did the little drop down for the feet. I don't think I want to add any more detail to that. I think I'll just paint the detail on that. See how well that works for me. 3D printing isn't always the best paint sometimes. We'll see how that goes. Part of me is thinking I should do like a rim around this, like bring it out just a pinch. I don't know. I mean, the other option is completely removing this little drop down they gave for the foot. That's like remove it and then just print it in brown. I have brown rather than paint it. Things to think about. But I think I'm burnt out for tonight, guys. It's already 10:30. That was a good 2.5 hour, and we pretty much did almost all of it. We got all the yellow for the body. We got all the major gray parts in between. All we have now is literally a tube with a round disc like this one has for his forearm. Maybe I will also 3D sculpt the knife, and then I'll physically sculpt the hand around that. But yeah, that's it. Orc, thank you for jumping in at the last minute. Red, thank you very much as well. I will try and have a good night's sleep. All the chores are done. I have been an adult all day. I have done the laundry. I have done the shopping, grocery shopping. All that's left is to actually give my house a hardcore vacuuming. Now that all the major artwork is done for this convention, I need to do a cleaning and pick up all the little bits and bobs, from pieces of plastic to resin to paint that's spilled on the floor. Just everything. All the little bits and bobs need to be cleaned. Can now be done now that I am ready for the weekend. Offer still stands to you, Red Spectra, if you want to jump in for the retro gaming. Let me know what day. Heck, Orc Punch, same thing goes to you, but you guys have to figure out who's going on what day. I do have one extra ticket. It's good for all 3 days. So let me know if either of you guys are interested. As to everyone else, as the stream says in the chat box, Long Island Retro Gaming, Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, I will be there. I will have a table. I have one convention coming up for sure later on in November, as big as the Big Apple Winter Convention. And cross your fingers, I might have something going on for New York Comic Con, but we will wait and see. Alright guys, thank you for jumping in. Let me just go over to my actual stream platform. There we go. Alright, so yeah, once again guys, I am Dante. Like, share, subscribe. Oh god, I'm like forgetting my own outro. Jesus Christ. Like, favorite, share, subscribe, and all of that good stuff. And I'll see you in the future. Later.